I have a dream.
We choose to go to the moon.
There's cities to be built, and there's a world to be helped.
I regard myself as a soldier.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight
From where the zipper ends, round under my back to my bunghole, down where your nuts hang.
I guess all of you would say this about your mother.
Welcome to History Squirt. I'm Ron Thompson.
I'm Jason.
All right, what do we got, big fella? What are we doing this week?
Phryne.
Yes, you did it.
I did it. For the record, it's spelled Phryne.
This isn't a spelling podcast.
It's not a spelling podcast, but there is a reason I keep fucking it up.
I'll tell you how I've written it down. FRYKNEE.
Yeah, well, when I'm taking the notes, I'm like, this is silly. Looks like Phryne.
What's Phryne?
Anyway.
Who's Phryne?
She's an ancient Greek woman.
An ancient Greek woman.
Yes.
Okay.
You want more information?
Yeah, I think we'll probably just do the rest of the podcast.
Well, we don't have much, but we don't have much. Basically nothing survives from the time. But so she's born in 370 BC.
Okay, so she's born in 370 BC. We don't know much. Okay. This doesn't feel like a good start.
Most of what we know about her is actually from a trial that will take place, which is obviously what we're going to talk about today, her trial.
All right, as long as it's not from, who was that historian?
I think it's from him.
It is from him.
Who's it from? I don't know. We'll get there later. But yeah, it's generally Romans, I think. Okay, so it's the Greeks have written copies of what the Greeks had, and that's the surviving thing. Okay. So she's in Hetaerae. Okay. Do you know what Hetaerae is?
No, I feel like I've seen that, but I feel like I've seen that word written. I don't know.
It's a hetaerae. That might have been saying it right. They're considered a highly educated female companion from ancient Greece who served as an artist, entertainer, and conversationalist. Historians have often classed them as high-end sex workers.
How do you say that? How do you say it again?
Hetaerae. Is it Hetaerae?
I consider myself somewhat of a hetaerae. You said, conversationalist, an artist.
Yep.
You did say that, didn't you?
Yep. An entertainer.
But then also a sex worker. Just like a multi-talented sex worker.
Well, yeah. No, but okay. So no, there is a difference, right?
So sort of what Hollywood used to consider an actress. what sort of people like Harvey Weinstein considered to be an actress?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're about to learn something new that I'm probably making this fact up, but in contrast to a pornai, Pornai. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Pornai. Yeah.
Now that would be considered your low caste sex worker,
prostitute. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is like a high end escort.
So that's your no. See, it seems to be that you kind of hide them as almost your girlfriend.
Oh. Okay.
So it's more like, yeah.
You can't get away with killing these ones.
No. You want to kill a hooker, you got to kill the Ponari or whatever they are, because they're obviously they're the ones that are in 15-minute lots in brothels.
A lot lizard.
Having sex 20 times a day, whereas the other one
sucking off truck drivers, sucking off cart drivers.
Yeah.
At the rest stop. Or whatever, what are they called? Truck stop, cart stop. Do you think they had long haul cart drivers?
Well, yeah, sure.
They would have.
Yeah, of course they would. Also, what
gone
you got to
away,
take?
gone for weeks at a time.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so they would have had lot lizards, these porno.
But what would you be taking there, though? It depends on what you're moving. Like, what would you really be moving?
Furniture.
Yeah, but the other towns probably got their own like the other town, like, because like that's why towns were all almost self-sustaining back then. So
probably just shit like pelts and stuff, like from areas that had a higher percentage of mammals.
Yeah, I guess something you've got excess of compared to what other regions would have excess of. But generally, each area would think, I don't know what that's got to do with what we're talking about. We were talking about sex workers, and you took us off topic of sex workers, which I thought was quite entertaining and unusual for you.
No. I was asking about the lot lizards. So a lot lizard is somebody who hangs out at a truck stop and sort of has sex with the truckers.
Yeah.
That's a lot lizard. They hang around. They're a prostitute who hangs out at a truck stop. So that's where I was going with that.
Okay.
So it was very on topic. Thank you very much.
Sorry. But she's not, but what we're saying is she's not one of them.
No, she's high class. Yeah, no.
She's high class. All right.
Probably plays the piano.
She's from Thespian. So we'll talk about life a bit. Again, both Plutarch. So again, this is our Plutarch dude.
Wait, Thespian. Is Thespian where the word thespian comes from? No, it's just a place.
Probably.
Because if you said she was in
Boeotia?
Anyway,
she's from Greece. It's in Greece. What else do you want to know? It's
nothing. I don't want to know anything else.
Are you Googling anything? What?
Yeah, I was Googling Thespian. All I could find was thespian, which is obviously like a woman. Oh, sorry, not a woman. It's an actor. It's a thespian.
THESPIAE.
Oh, P. It's a P, not a B.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's totally different.
Okay. You going to do something? Is this going anywhere?
No, not really.
Okay. Her real name was, I'm never going to try and pronounce that. It starts with an M and an N. Misotrate?
Sure, Misotrate.
According to Plutarch, she was called Phryne because she had a pale complexion like a toad. I also thought that was odd.
But she's hot? Like a hot toad?
Yes. Okay, for all intents and purposes, this girl is hot as fuck.
Okay.
That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting, that you would use toad. I mean, I guess if it's the right tone of color, then is there anything wrong with that? Like if you get that tone of color perfectly right, is it okay to choose that animal? I'd say yes.
You
spot on.
Sounds weird to me. She had a bunch of nicknames: Saporino, Clatiglis, and Cestus. She spent most of her life in Athens, though. We know where Athens is.
I've heard of it.
They reckon she might have come there because there was a big conquest in 373 BC. So she would have moved as a refugee. And
she didn't come before the army.
Yeah, and she would have been brought there after that conquest, and that's when she would have got involved in the sex trade. And yes, that conquest was in 373. So they expect her to have gone in quite early.
Okay.
Disturbingly early. Let's not talk about it. She apparently grew up poor, but would end up
prostitutes do.
But would end up becoming one of the wealthiest women in the Greek world.
Damn.
Okay, so
okay.
So this is there's no other way to say it, but it sounds like she basically fucked her way to the top.
Yeah.
She's
got that
this going on.
Pussy.
Again, even though we've sort of got this whole, she's hot. Mm-hmm. We know she's hot. Everyone decides she's extremely attractive. The only actual mention was the fact that she had pale complexion like a toad. That was the only. That's the only description of her that we actually have.
She got a mouth like a toad.
But obviously everyone everyone else talks about how beautiful she was and, oh my God, she's stunning. But no one sort of goes, she had brown hair or she had brown eyes or her nose was pointy or
Yeah, there's no actual
she
description.
had a fucking,
just
she had
that
a
she's
fucking
hot as
bum
fuck.
chin or some shit. Like it was just, holy shit. She's so fucking beautiful.
So she's like generic. She's like generically hot. Like she's generically hot then.
It gives you something
That's
to
like
imagine.
we had that
Like, there's
discussion.
she's pale like
we
a
had that
toad.
discussion the other day.
Yeah.
We had that discussion it was actually probably like months ago now on the group chat. Who did Howie say he thought was hot? That the woman who shat on Johnny Depp's chest. What's her name?
Amber Heard.
Yeah, and like she is, but I feel like she's just like generically hot. That's what I'm imagining of this woman.
No, obviously terrible person, but she's extremely hot.
Yeah, but generically hot. There's nothing like particularly interesting about the way that she looks.
You think you need like a star like body part that's like, like a Kim Kardashian, like a giant ass or like a
Yeah.
I don't
Bit
know,
of something to drive
Sydney
to
Sweeney's
generate
like
interest.
all about the boobs, like I don't know, like you reckon they
Something.
need like a
something a little bit weird or a little bit
everything she's
different.
got is 9. She doesn't have 110 in her arsenal. Is that kind of what you're saying?
No, I wanted to have something wrong with her.
You wanted to have something wrong with her? Do you reckon that's just so you have
apart from
you
her
think you have a
personality?
chance? You're just gonna be sitting there like.
Anyway, so we don't know what this woman looks like, but she's whatever. She's white like a fucking toad.
Again, I've got another note that just says like they rarely describe specifics of her appearance, but they're just like, oh my God, she's so fucking hot. Like that.
I wonder what is hot back then, because I remember for a while there wasn't like Rubenesque hot.
Yes.
So like a chubby woman.
Yes.
Is this in that time? I guess it's because it flops, right? It's like when food's in abundance, then being skinny is hot. When food's in scarce, then being fat is hot, because that's the rarity, right?
I guess it could be the rarity. You're just based on rarity. What's harder to obtain?
Yeah, I think it is.
But also, like, even though you're like, it's a little bit chubby, I wouldn't say they're fat. It just seems like they're a little bit chubby.
Yeah.
Which
if you look at
every other
those
girl is like basically starving to death at the time, living on the poverty line. Like, it's probably nice to have a like
portly woman.
Okay. So, some stories. After Alexander raised Thebes in 335, Phryne offered to pay to rebuild the walls.
She had that much money.
She apparently has that much money.
Just from sleeping with people, though? Like, she didn't get married to them? Because I guess we're not talking in the time when you could get married to people, have divorces, and get money that way. So she's just making money from sleep.
Well, like, again, I guess it's not really sleeping with them. It's just spending the day with them. Like, she was sort of dedicated a statue of herself at Delphi. And she was the first ever female to do this because, obviously this is a male thing that males usually pay this money and get this stuff. But she was the first ever to actually, as a female, do it.
So what is this? People would just, there was the town of Delphi?
No, so Delphi has this temple, right? Okay.
And mortals would get
and what you can do is,
in there.
so basically you can pay to put your statue in there.
Okay. Even though you're not a god.
Well, see, this is a weird time where, remember, Alexander dies and gets declared that he's a god. So the concept of gods, they're kind of making up gods as they go along.
Okay.
Like, people keep dying and they keep declaring them gods. So it's this weird thing going on. So what you do is
this is smart because then you say, because then people go, you're not a god. And you go, oh, well, I've got a statue in the Temple of Delphi.
Well, in the Temple of Delphi.
That's a religious site.
Yeah.
They've built a statue of me. I am a god.
So the whole keep the memory. So obviously men would build statues of themselves in there. Great men, build a statue, pay a fortune, their statues in the temple. She's one of the only female people to do it. It says it doesn't change until the Roman period. So she's the only one to have a statue of herself. Like, I don't know if it's of her, but it's like maybe it's she funded this statue or something. Okay, so I got this other story about during a dinner party. Phryne had all the women present wipe their faces. When their makeup was removed, Phryne was revealed to be the only one who was naturally beautiful rather than relying on cosmetics.
That's harsh. To say that she was the only one. That you're all ugly. Dude, that reminds me of that. Do you remember that bit in Borat where he goes to like the it's like these heavily religious people's house and he has dinner with them. They're like Southern. And there's like this one of them has like a pretty hot wife and the other one has this wife is like not very attractive. And he's like, oh yes, and he's like talking about like the hot one, and then he goes, you? Not so much. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, no, it's very funny.
So we've got another story, but this isn't really a story. So there's another mention of this guy called Xenocrates.
Okay.
And they were talking about how great Xenocrates was, and they mentioned that Phryne had the inability to seduce him. So like he was so noble that even Phryne couldn't seduce him.
No.
Because he was such an upstanding man.
He's into boys.
Well, clearly,
how could you resist that toad skin?
Don't know. So I've also got that she was used as a model for a bunch of statues. Obviously, if they reckon she's the most beautiful girl, you make statues out of her.
Yep, that would make sense.
And that he was inspired by the sight of Phryne walking naked into the sea and used her as a model for his painting of Aphrodite rising from the sea.
Who did? Who painted that?
Who we got painted it? Asclepius, Asclepius, Apelles.
Wait, it's not a painting. Is it a sculpture? Oh no, it's terrible. Have you seen it?
No,
bronze
probably.
statue of Venus. Yeah, and a diamine. Yeah, shit. I was thinking of this Botticelli picture. The Botticelli picture. It's got like Aphrodite in the pearl. This one in particular it's the bronze statue that you're talking about. I'll send you an image.
Okay.
Picture. That's a shit.
So that was just that. So as we said, we don't really have much about her life. They're sort of some of the snippets that we have. What we do have is all about this trial that's going on.
Okay.
So the trial takes place between 340 and 350 BC. Obviously uncertain.
Chat.
It was obviously considered the most famous event in Phryne's life. The prosecution brought against her by Euphrates. Oh.
It's not a good body, is it? It's like... it's like... it's fine. Anyway.
All right, so we got this Euphrates. Euphrates? Eutharias. Anyway, Euphrates has brought prosecution against Phryne.
Why?
He's supposedly a former lover and was accused. He accused her of a kind of blasphemy of introducing new gods, or some say it was cheating on her husband. So she obviously got married as well, which is another strange one. But this guy was known for habitually bringing prosecution against people for personal gain.
Okay. I guess he thinks if he can take her down, he can get her fortune.
I don't know what he's trying to achieve. Okay. The charge of introducing a new god had previously been used in a trial against Socrates. Again, it seems to be that it was brought about like he's got the shits about something else. Like he's just brought this up for no reason. There seems to be he's just picking her.
Yeah, I guess if that was still a law, then I suppose my mum would have gone to jail.
Yeah. So she was charged with, oh God, with being an uppity alien woman who did not know her own place. That was the quote that was given.
Oh man, you could still charge a woman with
An
being
uppity alien woman, which I assume is like basically like you called her.
Yeah, well,
like,
she
was
came from somewhere
racist?
else, right? Yeah, she came from somewhere else. Yeah. For being uppity and not knowing your place. Yeah. That's crazy.
So the prosecution speech did not survive, and Phryne was defended by Hetaerae. Right?
Okay.
So I want to talk about Hetaerae. So Hetaerae is he's the biggest hotshot lawyer in town.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
he's got a southern accent.
This is your top lawyer. I don't know who's your top lawyer in the.
My client, Friday.
Your Denny Crane. He's your top guy.
Oh, dude, Denny. I loved how Denny Crane would always introduce himself. Denny Crane.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah. And apparently he also had he had a reputation for hanging out with hetaerae quite regularly as well.
Oh, like hetaerae women.
Yes,
not just her. Yeah,
not just her. No.
Yeah. Nice. He's got an affinity.
He had 6 speeches, and they survive in fragments. And in the fragments of his defense of Phryne, he admits that he had also been her lover. So yes, he has.
He's like, now I'll just get this on record. Yes, I have been her lover. Very nice.
Okay, so Hypermedes' defense speech was translated into Latin by the orator Marcus Aurelius Marsilius Corvius in the 1st century BC. The translation was praised in an oratory handbook written by Quintilian in the 1st century AD for conveying what Quintilian calls the subtext of the original.
What the fuck?
Okay, so what we're saying is we know that even it's been translated multiple times before we've even seen it.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Okay. So there's 3 different versions of what happens in the trial. Okay, so we've got Quintilians, along with Sextians and Palmilians, right?
Okay.
In the first instance, Phryne makes the decision to expose her own breasts in the middle of the trial.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So in the middle of this trial,
I mean, that's a solid defense. That is a solid defense against all claims. It's pulling its tits
in the
out.
middle of the trial,
and I imagine it goes something like, but look at these. In my defense, Judge, look at these.
So again, we've got 3 versions. While Athens' version and the other version claim that Phryne exposed her breasts at the climax of the great speech by Hetaerae. So Hetaerae gives this great speech and sort of goes, hand out. She opens the top up.
Nice, dude. That's called pleading. It's called pleading the 6th. That one.
And apparently in one of Plutarch's versions, it was said that the speech was not going well. And he's like, shit, this is going.
So he just added a bit of razzle dazzle.
Okay, so we've got 3 ways this could have taken place. That she just stands up, shows her own breasts.
Yes.
Option 2 is that he gives this great speech and then goes he ends this
as a sort of punctuation mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the third one is a holy shit, this speech is not going anywhere. This is going really badly.
Hey.
I need a Hail Mary.
Yeah, that's nice, dude. I can imagine. When you start, you ever started talking and you forget what your point is.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, fuck, what was I talking about again? Anyway, my client's breasts. Everybody,
Uh,
no, all good.
all right.
So,
So it says
but the getting the breasts out clearly happened. If 3 people have
yes, well,
reported
we've
on
got
it.
3, but the clear thing is that in this trial, she has exposed her breasts. All 3 versions.
Yes.
That's what the story's about. It said that it would arouse the sympathy of the jury, and in ancient Greece, bearing breasts was a gesture intended to arouse compassion.
Yeah, I feel compassion when I see.
So I feel
when I
like
see their
no, but it
breasts.
seems like what I mean is this doesn't seem like a not uncommon thing to have happened in Greece, is what they're basically saying. Like if you were sort of like trying to beg for mercy or something, you would rip your shirt off and be like, surrender. That does seem to be like a thing that would have happened.
It is an argument that we should return to classic Greek culture, for sure. I think there's an argument there.
But yeah, she was showing off. Obviously found not guilty.
Not guilty, yeah, nice.
Not guilty. Yeah. Of course she's not guilty. Even though it seems to say that she was on trial for her life, no one's really sure. I don't really know what the consequences of her being found guilty were. I don't know, blasphemy. Like they burned people for blasphemy for a long time. If she's fucking with the gods.
But found not guilty.
It's one of 4 trials from, 3 known trials from the 4th century, in which, and they all relate to a woman was accused of a religious crime. She's the only one, and of all those other people,
beats the charge.
She's the only one that beat the charges.
Well, did the other women expose their breasts to the jury?
No, they did not.
For compassionate reasons. It is a way, yeah, it really is. It is a way to. It happens much earlier in the process now. You sort of want to, let's say you're going to get a parking ticket, the parking officer. Like it's not going to work with a judge anymore, like it did back. But we still have a similar system.
You're doing that quiet thing again too.
I'm doing the quiet thing.
You're doing the quiet thing.
Oh man, I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, yes, exposing your breast to a traffic cop might not work anymore. Like, surely that's just, I don't know. Maybe that's a provocative thing. Like, probably back in the day, the judge could have slept with her. Like, so apparently, according to the system, if you failed to gain 1/5 of the jurors' votes, you would have to pay a fine for not getting those jurors on your side.
Really? That sucks. So you got to like convince the whole fucking jury.
Reports that this Euthades guy was so furious he never spoke in public again after losing his trial. And it supposedly led to 2 new laws being passed in the government in the courtroom. Can you guess what they were? One of them's kind of a big one, I think.
Yeah, I'm guessing like you got to remain clothed.
Yeah, basically, you're not allowed to like start pleading and taking your top off in front of a jury.
Okay,
seems to be one of them, and the other one was that the jury should walk away to think about their decision, which I think might be an important like.
Well, you want them,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
to have time to calm down.
No, but you know how like obviously they go,
you don't want
the jury go and deliberate.
Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't doing that before. They just say, okay, who thinks they're guilty? Who thinks they're not guilty? You know, you get 5 people put their hand up, 5-4, you're guilty. See you later.
Yeah.
But this was the 9 people went into a room, cast their vote, then came back out and went, okay, it's guilty.
Yeah, very nice.
So that seems to be a like, Phryne probably lived beyond 316 BC. And according to Plutarch, we know I love a guy Plutarch, her frame meant that she continued to charge high fees to her clients into her old age.
Nice.
So nice.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Because she was still hot, so she stayed hot.
No. I forgot to say, we got a thing. Quintilian says that she was saved not by Hypatides pleading, but by the sight of her body. So yeah, he's basically saying titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. This is the one and only time it's ever going to work. So like, there was also this thing where like this case is kind of like in Roman times, it's kind of this famous case.
Studied.
Yes.
Studied by
it's
by
like
the lawyers.
that's the thing. That's the thing. It becomes this studied case. Okay, which is obviously why we like have this case over all other cases, is because it was this big studied case. The Romans studied this as a case. It's been an interesting case, really.
But they're just like, how do you expose your client's breasts in court? Like, it's just that trick.
But I feel like the importance of it is the whole like, the person's not allowed to plead directly to the jury, and the jury has to walk away to make a decision. Is like why this
I
is
guess
so
there's
important.
two large changes. Yeah,
That seems to be like a very important thing, and that's why it's actually been like saved, not because of the actual booze being. But that does make that does add a bit of spice in the story.
They can't address. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how court works now, but but the defendant or the whatever the person on the other side, prosecutor, they can't address the jury. The defendant can't address the jury directly. Yeah, I guess not. They can get asked questions by the prosecutor and their lawyer, but
they can't plead directly to the jury. Yeah. So I think that's why this court case and that sort of law was, I'm not sure if it's the first time it's used, but I think that's why it's so important in Greek law anyway.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those.
That's complete. That's not history. That's just my opinion of probably why it actually survived. Or do you reckon it was purely the boob story?
Probably. It's like that Phineas. What's his name? Phineas something. It's like for psychologists. That's like one of their case studies with this guy. Apparently, he was like a very pleasant, nice, good man. And then he had an accident at work, and I think like a steel rod went through his head or something. And afterwards, he became like an absolute bastard. And it was this famous case study for psychologists, because it was kind of like, well, it made them sort of realize that not like chemistry, but like physiology is like part of personality or like mental conditions.
Yeah, okay, that's possible. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Change in the physiology, because that was, I guess he was missing part of his brain afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just became an absolute bastard afterwards.
Do people tell him, do you reckon? They're just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
like,
no,
do you
like
remember how he used to fucking...
I think he like had a divorce and everything. Yeah. Oh, let me look it up.
They just tell him like, oh, like, honey, clean up after dinner or something. He's like, fuck you, I don't do that anymore. You fucking do it. This sort of shit. And just be like, but you always do it. And you always did it before. Why are you not doing it now?
Phineas Gage, 25-year-old rail worker foreman who survived a severe traumatic brain injury in 1848 when an iron tampering rod blasted through his skull, entering under his left cheek and exiting out the top of his head. This case is a cornerstone of neuroscience because it provided the first evidence linking the frontal lobe to personality, emotional regulation, and social behavior. So let me see. I just want to see that. Oh yeah, pre-injury, Gage was described as efficient, well-balanced, and capable leader. Post-injury, he exhibited a loss of social inhibition, becoming irritable, profane, and impulsive. He no longer holds steady jobs, make long-term plans. Yeah. But yeah, I think he had a divorce and stuff. But apparently just afterwards.
I've got my last point here. My last point is that there was sort of this whole thing of she was famous about how beautiful she was and all that sort of stuff for almost until the Renaissance.
Oh, they're still talking about it. Yeah. So
they sort of stopped talk. We sort of stopped talking about her in about the 1600s.
Yeah, damn. Well, yeah. So that's that picture or like that sculpture that you were talking about, Venus Anadyomene. Yeah, it seems like that was yeah. So the Botticelli painting, Birth of Venus. You know, whether it's the woman coming out of the fucking clam out of the ocean.
Yeah, they're all the same thing.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah. So,
But they were trying to draw the
and
Venus thing.
And I guess if she, yeah, yeah, she was the fucking muse for that.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. Yeah, fucking must have been a good pair. That's all I can say.
It changed laws.
Yeah.
Dude, how much, like, I don't know. It just seems like the whole story is too that she's obviously so fucking rich, dude. Like, she's got all this fucking money from clearly just prostituting and apparently did it into her old age.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, she must have been, like, people really must have wanted to be either seen with her or those. But, yeah, it's crazy that she made, like, that much money from that. What was I going to say, though?
It's like it's mentioned somewhere where, you know, like Greek men would, like, you know, obviously like bid for her affections.
Mm.
So,
well,
like,
and she's beyond description.
But
Like I said, like,
what I mean is,
there's
like,
only one thing that you could find that was written about what she looked like.
yeah, toad. But like all you can, but like it seems to be that, you know, like these rich, powerful men seem to be fighting over a prostitute, which I thought was quite bizarre.
Not our mate Licinius Crassus. He
No,
wouldn't.
could you imagine?
He wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been giving her any money.
But you imagine like
he would
Elon.
He would have been trying to steal her wealth.
Imagine like Elon Musk, bloody Microsoft guy, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, all decide they really want to bang that really hot girl, and they all start trying to outbid each other.
Mm.
It seems to be that's. You know,
she's
they're all
the
trying to win the
Grimes
same girl. Yeah.
of the time. Not that Bill Gates tried to bang Grimes.
No, I'm saying
so
like.
So wait, what are you saying? Are you saying like she was a child?
No.
Is that
I'm
what you're
saying that
saying?
it seems like she managed to get the richest people in the thing to try and like bid for her affections.
Yeah.
And once you start getting people bidding for, like, you know, spending one night with you.
Back when the rich were interested in adults. a while ago.
No, this is when. No, but we're in Greece. Remember, it's not good.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
yeah, that's true. It's a bad point that I've made. The rich have always been interested in pre-adolescence.
But yeah. Well, again, we did skip over it because I didn't want to go into it, but we did mention the fact that she probably went into sex work extremely early.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
poor girl.
Is what it is. All right. Has he got anything to say? Got any thoughts for the week? Concerns?
Not really. Probably just apologize to this episode. I feel like I didn't really bring it, you know.
You dialed in this week.
Next week, you know, you had last week's episode. Last week's was pretty dumb.
All right. Do you want to start telling them from now on which ones to listen to and which ones to not listen to? Just put it in the first minute of the episode. Just go, yeah, I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. And then up we go.
Here's something I did laugh at, actually. Was so from that, the episode from last. No, sorry, not the episode from last week. This is from fucking follow us, by the way, people. In the episode from Ned Kelly, the first one, we asked people to follow us. And I asked people to message everyone in their contact list. And my one of my friends put me a screenshot as if he was going to message Justin Trudeau on like Twitter. And he just said, and he put, because this is verbatim what I asked people to do. Yeah, so send a message to everyone saying, "Hey, I listened to this podcast and you should listen to it too." It fucking sucks. And the guys who run it are really like dumb. Maybe one of them has a brain injury, possibly. That's verbatim what I said. So that's a good. That made me lol. That was good.
Yeah, okay.
So
Good.
Justin Trudeau will probably be listening to this podcast soon. So pretty cool.
All right.
Thanks
Talk
everyone.
to you next week.
History Squirt.